So this is the standard speech that I usually give this time of year, because especially if you haven't been with me to hear it before, which I don't. There's a few of you that maybe haven't heard it, but so this coming Sunday is what? The Oscars. Okay, the Academy Awards. So what I always say, I want every single one of you to win an Academy Award. Because one, it gives you an opportunity to get up and thank everybody that you want to thank publicly. If it's your second grade teacher that changed your life, or mom and dad for supporting you, or whoever, right? You get this public forum to thank whoever you want. And it usually means a pay raise. And as I always say, I want you guys to make as much money as you possibly can doing this job, because you got into a job that there's no guarantee that you'll ever make a dime doing it. Right? If you go to university and you get a degree as a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, you could be pretty sure you're going to come out and get a job. You can go study this for your whole life and never make a dime doing it. So I want you guys to make as much money as possible. But keep this in mind. Awards for acting are silly. They're silly. It's an art form. Unless, to take, we'll just, because we're actors, I'll refer to the acting award. Unless all 5 actors or actresses, but I refer to the non-gender specific actor. Unless they're all 5 playing the same role in the same movie for the same director and the same editor, you can't compare them. It's not apples against apples. It's apples and oranges. So don't get caught. If you want to win one, great. But don't let it be a goal. Because one, if you never win one, it doesn't mean your work is invalid. And if you do win one, it doesn't mean your work is. A lot of people want to go, well, I won the award, it means you're good. Maybe. So don't get caught. If you, like I said, I want you all to win one so you can thank whoever you want to thank and make more money. But don't think it makes you better or if you never win one that you're less than. It doesn't matter. They're silly. Same thing, I'm not in the music field, but same thing with the music, right? Just imagine if every year, right? Just imagine if every year that they put out, a gallery of Van Goghs and Rembrandts and everything like that, and they gave an award to one of them. You'd be like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. That's what they're essentially doing with this. And remember, the goddamn award was invented because they wanted to promote movies that people weren't going to see so that people would go see them. Back when they invented it in the teens, I think it was in the 20s, right? The 20s? Okay. There was these movies that were pretty good that people weren't seeing because they weren't popular, so they invented this award so that people would go, oh, that must be good. So they would go to the theater and see it. That's why it was invented. It means nothing. So, I always want to say that. And then, second thing, I haven't said this for a while, but it's good that, I know that there's times where you can be in class with somebody and your personalities don't jive, so I don't like this person or I don't like that person. It's fine, but I would tell you to try to sweep that under the rug and be friends, at least friendly with everybody, because just based on odds, one of you will go on to become an A-list actor, okay? Or at least recognized, maybe not A-list, but a recognized actor, okay? And let me tell you that the minute that you become a recognized actor, and I've said this before, you'll never do bad work again. And what I mean by that is nobody's going to come up to you and tell you that that was a bad performance if you've been on a show or in a movie or anything like that, that you're of note. because the last thing they want to do is perhaps make you upset because perhaps down the road you could do something for me. So this is an important time to make friends, and when you guys are unknown, so that you have a collection of people that can still be honest with you. Because I'm telling you, there's nobody, maybe the director, if they're have a certain integrity, is telling The Rock that he's not good. If he does a scene that sucks, I promise you, nobody's going, dude, what the fuck was that? We gotta do that again. And let me tell you, your work will suffer. So what's gonna happen is that, all the people around him, or not just him, but anybody that is of note, right? They're surrounded by yes people, because people are afraid to go, that was shit, what the fuck, look, David Fincher and, Martin Scorsese, and these people will tell you, but that's not who The Rock works with. So what's going to happen is all these people are going to go, oh, that was amazing, that was great. And then the movie comes out, and if it's not good, guess what happens? It gets slammed. And they're like, what the fuck was that? Because the person sitting behind their computer doesn't have to be a yes man to The Rock, right? Or critics or whatever. And so, even if you become, you always want to have a somebody that will be honest with you and go, I don't know if that was any good, man. We got to do that again. We got to do that again. That was no good. So make your friends now while you're an unknown, because like I said, once you're known, you'll never do bad work again, because people won't tell you that. Because look, I've seen James Franco be fucking terrible in movies that, most of them are those low budget movies that his production company would do, because they're pumping out a movie every week. I'm being hyperbolic, but it's not good, right? But who's telling him it's not good? Nobody. Because he's changed, at the time. Now he's been Me Too'd. Maybe somebody will tell him. But nobody's telling him that. Look, who was anybody in you were in the master class, right, as a writer. Was anybody else in the master class? She'll tell you, the minute class is over, he's surrounded by people S and his D. I guess I could say sucking. Sucking's not against that. Sucking his D, when, let me tell you, the last 6 movies I've seen him in, not good. Not good. And not because he's a bad actor, but because he's like phoning it in, because he's so tired, I think, at the time, because he was working so much. And nobody's telling him that. Dude, take a break. Go back to the way you used to commit yourself for a year before you did a role, not make 12 movies in a year. So, that's what I have to say about awards. But I want you all to win one, so you'll make more money, and you can say, I owe it all to Matthew. It wasn't from, no, you don't thank me. Look, don't thank me. Thank the people that changed your life. Like it's your second grade teacher, or who's the person that made you want to be an actor to begin with. Those are the people that and mom and dad, or whoever was like pivotal in your life, that's not necessarily just acting. Do you know what I mean? Those are the people you think. And then once you win 2 or 3, then you can do what they all do, thank the producers and the studio and all that garbage. But hopefully you win 2 or 3 and you can do that. But most people win 1. I shouldn't say most people. The people that win tend to only win 1. Most people don't win anything. And so, yeah, that's what I had to say about awards. So don't get caught up in it. It's fun to watch, and if you guys are ever nominated, you get to go be on the red carpet and everything like that. Go enjoy it. Don't be pretentious. Don't talk about nonsense. Just go have a good time. Don't take yourself too serious. You play pretend for a job. A lot of people up there think that they're curing cancer. They're not. Look, I'm an actor. I think acting is very important in our society. But as I always say, right? At the end of the day, if you go up there and you make a mistake, nobody dies on the operating table. So don't put too much into it. It's like, as far as an award goes, you put a ton into your work. You take it seriously. But if you're up for an award, you can, I appreciate it. You can say all this stuff that's nice, but don't make it think that you're better than what you are or aren't. Don't. It's just silliness. So, yeah. Anybody else have any thoughts about that? And all you musicians, I want you to win a Grammy, but don't think that means that you're good. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, 1917. Well, yeah, right. And then, that came out. They screened it for the people in Europe, right? But, and that's another thing, by the way, too. The Golden Globe. Here, do you guys know how the Academy Awards work? If you don't know, the way it works is so. So we'll take the acting category, but whatever category you're in, the people that are the members of the AMPAS that are in that category nominate you. So actors are nominated by actors, but then it's voted on by everybody that's a member of the Academy, okay? So you have somebody who's a sound designer voting for who was the best actor. Now, it could be, if it's a nobody that gets nominated and then they're up against George Clooney, who do you think they're going to check the box? It's a popularity contest. That's why I'm telling you guys, they mean nothing. So when you hear these people say it's an honor just to be nominated, I know that they're supposed to say that, but that's the way you should really think about it, because you were nominated by the people who know what you're doing. But as far as the people that is winning one, it's voted on by, there's probably 5,000 actors in the AMPS, but 25,000 members. So 20,000 people are voting that have no idea what we do. Silliness. So, yeah. So that's the way it works. But I want you guys to all have, one that you can keep in the bathroom and one that you can give to your parents or whatever. Look, who I was just listening to somebody recently. I think it's Meryl Streep or somebody like famous like that. Meryl Streep or Sally Field or somebody. They keep their Oscar in the bathroom. And so, and they asked her, it's somebody like that. I don't remember exactly who it is. And they asked her, why do you keep it in the bathroom? And she says, that way, because if you keep it out, people come over and ask you if you can hold it, and if they can hold it and stuff like that. And so you say yes, but if you put it in the bathroom, they automatically do it, and then they look in the mirror with it, and then they do their own thing. And so she's like, I keep it in the bathroom so they can have their own moment with it. And I was like, that's pretty fucking brilliant. That's what I would do. Well, I know if I ever won one, I'd give it to my mom because she's my biggest supporter. But, yeah, they mean nothing. So, anybody else have any thoughts about that? Awards? Okay. So, yes, I want you all to win one, but not because it'll mean you're better or worse or any of that stuff. Just so you can make more money and you can tell everybody thanks. Good? Okay. So,